Hi there, Peter Kalos here with the Melbourne Actors Lab YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Today I want to talk to you about entrances and exits. Entrances and exits are one of these things that it's acting 101. You probably learned them at the very first acting class you ever did. And what happens is as we get more and more into it, we forget about them all. The primary reason is we focus on the words. So if I'm doing a self-tape for an audition, I start the audition the moment I open my mouth. If I'm doing a scene on a stage, we only focus on that. If I'm doing a self-tape for like a show reel, we only focus on the moment we open our mouth, we cut out the stuff, okay? If you're doing an audition live, like in front of a casting director, they only focus once you hit your mark and you go, hello, my name is Peter, you do a self-tape, and then you start, you're not actually gonna walk in from the door. But it's a massive ingredient when you're actually doing the work, like on stage or on film. I remember Dustin Hoffman, when he did Death of a Salesman, the New York Times wrote an article about him and he said, what an amazing actor, because he played Willy Loman, who's carrying these suitcases around all day long, and then he put them down and he just rubbed his arm like this or his shoulder. And that makes sense because that poor guy's been carrying suitcases around. He puts them down. It's very important, not just it's important, it's an amazing opportunity as an actor to show that something else in the character. It's not usually in the script. Writers don't think like that. Writers just say, he comes home from work, done, right? But you can show an insight. This is where, think of it like a blank slate. This is where I can insert something to show something about the character. No words, something. I will give you certain examples. First of all, I want you to understand how important this is to the character. You all do this. When you get home, you need a few minutes to adjust. You're going from your public face to your private face. If you live at home with a family, you're going from your public face to the private face with the family. This changes, your face changes, the mood changes. And this is the golden rule now. Based on the circumstances of the script, we make these choices. You got me? Right? Now, here's the difference between Monday night, or let's assume the character's coming home from Monday night, Friday night. They're different. First of all, did they pick up the mail when they came in the door? Is the mail important to them? If your character's going through financial stress, do they check the bills? Are they waiting for someone? If the script is they're waiting for, message from a loved one, do they check the mail first because it's important for them? If not, your character just doesn't give a shit. There's a pile up of mail and they just leave it there. Every amazing film, I remember The Joker, I think had that, where he just didn't open his mail. Every character does that. You either go through the mail, you file it properly, you just dump it there. Which one? When you come home, do you take your jacket off? Do you leave the work behind? Do you throw it on the counter? Do you put your keys somewhere? Do you fold your clothes nicely and hang them somewhere because you need them again tomorrow? If it's Friday afternoon, you probably don't need them till Monday. You could just dump them on the floor. Do you smell the house? Is there cooking in the kitchen? You go, oh, I'm finally home. Are you happy that you're home? Don't think happy or sad, but think, is it a relief that I'm home? I can finally chill out. Or shit, I'm going from a shit job to a shit relationship and I don't want to be in either place. There's a split second to show that before your character interacts with the other characters in this house. There's that private moment, and we're talking about split seconds here. So you can think like that. Do they go straight for a drink because that's what they need? They've got a drinking problem. Do they hide a drink? Are they having an affair? Do they hide the affair? They would hide the affair before they walked in the door, but what can you do to come in the door, right? Do you clean things going out, like food scraps and stuff like that? Do you check your jacket and kind of go, I'm going out somewhere to work? You know what I'm saying? Do you take things with you? Photographs of people. Not everyone had a cell phone, especially if you're doing a play that, you know what I'm saying? Do you take something with you? Do you cut a flower from the garden and bring it in the door? Do you bring something with you, a snack for the family? If you're having a date with a loved one, do you bring something in with them? It may not be in the script, but it's a good opportunity to put in your ideas and sneak them in there. Now, directors don't look for this, unfortunately. They got other problems. But if you show it to them, a good director will go, that's a great choice based on the character. So your entrances and your exits really matter. And guess what? They're not in there that much. But when you have them, use them, because they're great opportunities to put those acting choices in based on the character, based on the circumstances. Those are the rules. They're not based on what you think. And there are no cutting corners. You can't fake putting on a jacket, putting on the keys. You need to leave with your keys, with your wallet, with your blah, 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 with whatever the character needs. Temperature changes also matter. I remember Stella would literally kick your ass and if you didn't take in temperature. Remember, on a film set, the temperature will be exactly the same outdoors and indoors. I want to see that moment, and we all do it. I remember being in Vegas and you walk into a mall and you go, oh, the air conditioning's on. You walk into a room or it's nice and warm, you walk in and you go, ah, and your body relaxes. These are amazing little opportunities to give that something extra to your work. What do they take with them when they leave? What do they do that's private or personal before they go out and show their public arena face? We all do. We check our hair really quickly. We check our teeth, whatever we do. Coming in the door, it's the same thing, whether it's work, whether it's entering someone's house, whether it's going to a restaurant. They're not, these entrances and exits aren't just, you know what I'm saying? Even going in the bedroom, you always check yourself before you go. You do that little something, and great actors find it. Most don't, because they're focused on the word. It gives your acting that extra level. So when you read your script, you go, that's an entrance, that's an exit. What were they doing before they walked in the door? They're coming from somewhere. I want to see some of that. Your work will go to a whole other level. Don't take my word for it. Watch great actors for it. You can literally spot it. You go, that actor just came in. It's the first time they're in the room. They didn't just go back in, back out. There's something in, they take things in differently. There are split seconds, all right, that you find, and great actors have them. You don't notice them because they're very good at doing them, not for show and tell. So it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. They're just there. And that's what makes amazing acting. Take it in, look for evidence on certain scenes, and try it for yourself. Entrances, exits matter. Take care. Talk again soon.